All right, so you're here for the Nedu, VDM, Honest Bunch whole thing, right? Like you want to really get what went down.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, we've got like a ton of stuff, news articles, posts, like everything. So we're going deep. You ready?
I am.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. It's crazy how fast it all blew up. I mean, it went from podcast talk to like a huge public fight, accusations everywhere.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, a car crash. You know it's going to be bad, but you can't look away. So for anyone who like missed some of this, Nedu, the radio guy, comedian,
Right, yeah.
he co-hosts this podcast, The Honest Bunch. And well, the name kind of says it all, right?
Oh, yeah. They don't shy away from anything controversial.
Great.
And Nedu, he's kind of known for like poking the bear, playing devil's advocate, you know?
Oh, totally. Get people riled up.
Yeah, which, you know, can be entertaining, but also it's got him in trouble before.
And this time,
Yeah.
things went way off the rails. Started with a guest, Dion, reality star.
Right.
He just drops his bomb, accuses VDM, the social media guy, of being gay.
Whoa, okay.
And that's not just gossip, right? In Nigeria, that hits some serious nerves. Socially, culturally. Big deal.
Huge.
And VDM did not take it lying down.
No.
Not at all.
No.
Came back swinging hard. Accused Nedu of setting the whole thing up.
Oh, wow.
And even leaking private conversations between them to the public.
That's a whole other level. What was their relationship like even? Was there like a betrayal there?
That's the question, right?
Yeah.
So after all this, Nedu says he's stepping down from The Honest Bunch. Says he doesn't want the attacks on him to, hurt the show. He did this whole press conference
Oh, yeah. I saw that.
to address everything.
And his statement was very careful. Insisted he wasn't fired. He chose to leave to protect the show. Even said, and I'm quoting here, "A lot has been said about me on social media, but I have to clarify. I will not engage in petty exchanges of words with anybody."
Trying to take the high road, maybe?
It seems like it. Presenting himself as, the victim in all of this. Classic PR move.
Yeah. But then VDM says he wasn't fired either. Just taking a break.
Wait, really?
Which some reports said he did resign, so
Yeah.
someone's not telling the whole truth.
Yeah, it's definitely a he said situation. Makes you wonder what else is going on behind the scenes.
Exactly. But that accusation from VDM about the leaked conversations,
Oh, yeah, that's big.
that's suspicious, right? Like, was Nedu trying to manipulate things to his advantage?
It definitely adds another layer to all of this. And it makes you think about, like, the dangers of online stuff.
Right.
When private conversations become public, it can be devastating, personally, professionally.
And this isn't just about them,
Yeah.
This whole thing affects the whole podcasting world and how we talk to each other online.
Oh, absolutely. It raises questions about responsibility, for podcast hosts especially. When you're dealing with controversial topics, opinionated guests, where's the line?
Right. Where's the line between open discussion and things going too far?
Yeah. Tough question. No easy answers.
No. But one thing's for sure, this whole mess has put a spotlight on power, on ethics in the digital space.
Yeah, for sure. And it shows how what happens online. It doesn't stay online. There are real world consequences.
Big time. Now, before we get to how everyone's reacting, all the fallout, we got to talk about Dion.
Oh, right. He's the one who kicked this whole thing off.
Exactly. And he's not been quiet since then.
No, he hasn't. He's been very vocal in defending Nedu, saying VDM is lying, trying to ruin Nedu's career.
He even called out some big names in Nigeria, like Peter Obi, DeVito, Burna Boy,
Whoa, seriously.
to support Nedu. I mean, that's bold.
Yeah, that is. It's like he's trying to rally public opinion on Nedu's side, but is that helping or is it just making things worse?
It's a gamble for sure.
It is.
And then, to top it off, he challenged VDM to sue him if he thinks he's lying.
Oh, wow. High stakes.
Yeah. Shows how confident he is in what he's saying.
It's like a power play, calling VDM's bluff, putting it on him to prove it's all false.
So we've got Nedu playing the victim, VDM fighting back, and Dion. Well, Dion's Nedu's defender, basically. It's a mess. A triangle of like, who's saying what, and it's got everyone confused.
Yeah, totally. It's like social media turned this whole thing into a reality show.
Right. Everyone's got a front row seat to the drama.
Yeah.
weighing in, taking sides. It's wild, but also kind of scary how fast it all happened.
Yeah, it shows how important it is to really think about what you're seeing online. You can't just believe everything. There's always more to the story, especially with big names like these.
Totally. It's like a puzzle with half the pieces missing, different stories, accusations flying around. Who do you even believe?
Right. And then you have Dion ramping up the intensity. He's so, I don't know, intense about defending Nedu. It's almost personal.
But we got to remember, this isn't just gossip. There are real people involved, Their reputations are at stake.
Oh, yeah. This isn't entertainment, it's real life. And what happens online, it has consequences. And not just for them.
No, this whole thing affects podcasting in general. The Honest Bunch was known for pushing boundaries. But this brings up some serious questions about responsibility. For hosts, I mean.
Right. How far is too far? Where's the line between free speech and actually causing harm? How do you make sure your platform isn't being used to spread, lies or attacks? It's tough.
Yeah, it's a tough one. And then there's the practical side of it too. Like sponsors, they might not want to be associated with a podcast that's, in the middle of all this.
Totally. This whole thing shows how fragile success can be online. One minute you're on top, the next
it's gone. Yeah. In this digital world, it's everything's amplified. The stakes are so much higher. So let's look at Nedu and VDM, how they've handled this whole PR nightmare. They've gone about it in very different ways.
Yeah, Nedu's been pretty quiet. Statement, press conference, and that's been it.
Keeping a low profile, huh?
Seems like it. Hoping it all just blows over.
Damage control.
Exactly. Less is more, maybe. Don't add fuel to the fire.
But VDM, he's been way more vocal. On social media, defending himself, even kind of throwing shade at Nedu.
He's definitely trying to control the narrative his way, not backing down at all.
He's fighting fire with fire, and you're just trying to smother the fire.
Two totally different strategies. Hard to say which one will work better in the end.
Yeah, public opinion is unpredictable. Who knows how this will all play out? But that's what makes it so interesting, right? That's a real life lesson in reputation management.
It is. And it's not just about them either. This whole thing has started a bigger conversation about what we value as a society, ethics in the media, how we figure out what's true online.
Right. It's a reminder that even though it's online, it's still real. Actions have consequences. Reputations are fragile.
Yeah, exactly. And in this digital age, everything moves so fast, you got to protect yourself, think before you post, because this stuff, it matters.
This whole thing with Nedu, VDM, The Honest Bunch, it's like a cautionary tale.
It is. What you do online, it has real world effects. This podcast episode, it's proof.
It's like we're watching them, try to fix this mess in real time. Nedu's doing his thing, VDM's doing his, and we all get to see what works, what doesn't.
Yeah, there's no rule book for this. Reputation management. What's good for one person might be terrible for someone else.
So strategically speaking, do you think Nedu's being smart, staying quiet, or is he messing up by not, fighting back more?
It's tough. Silence can look bad, right? You're guilty, especially with accusations this serious. But then going back and forth, it can make everything worse.
So if you were advising him, what would you say?
I might say be more proactive, not attacking VDM back, but maybe a statement, a real statement, addressing the accusations, point by point.
Showing he gets it, and he's taking this seriously.
Saying he's sorry for any harm done, and what he's going to do to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Rebuild some trust.
Exactly. Okay, now VDM, him being so loud about it, all the fighting, is that good or bad?
He's definitely getting attention.
Yeah, he is. But is it the right kind of attention? Some people like that he's speaking his mind, but others think he's being, I don't know, unprofessional.
And that whole thing with the private messages, him leaking them was that dumb.
Legally, ethically, it's a gray area. He could say he was defending himself, but airing that stuff publicly, not a good look. Makes people question him.
And we can't forget Dion, him sticking up for Nedu so hard, challenging VDM to sue. It's added a whole other layer to this.
Dion is unpredictable.
Yeah.
He's loyal, sure, but all that talk, it could backfire.
He's like a wild card. You never know what he's going to do next.
Totally. Adds to the chaos.
This whole thing is crazy, right? Public, private, it's all blurred together now.
Yeah.
And the stuff you do online, the consequences are real.
Yeah. It's a wake-up call for all of us. To be more careful online. Words have power. What you do, it affects others.
Reputation matters. And once it's damaged, it's hard to fix.
Especially now when everything spreads so fast. Got to protect yourself online. Think before you post.
So I think we covered it right. Nedu, VDM, The Honest Bunch. It's been a wild ride.
It has. A real look into, like, the internet, how we talk to each other, how easy it is to mess things up.
Hopefully you listening got something out of this. Whether you're, a podcaster, someone with a big following online, or just someone who likes to scroll and comment, think about what you're doing. Your words matter.
In the online world, same rules as the real world, every choice has an effect.
Thanks for being here with us for this deep dive. We'll be back soon with more stories, more to unpack. Until then, stay curious, stay informed. Please ensure you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you next time.